your local furnace, made in batter six. We change the crucible in it every 2 or 3 years. We get about 50 melts out of a crucible.
Right.
So as we cast maybe twice, that's 25 casting days. That's once every 3 weeks. That's every 75 weeks. So it's a couple of years' work. And then change the lining. Like here comes the metal. Tom's writing you one. It'll go back up again. So they've got to reload it. They've got to load it to get it off again. You go to the left hand side. Don't go too far up there though, Brian. Sorry about that. Takes a few minutes just to pour the metal. On top of the metal is a big layer of charcoal. We keep charcoal on top of molten metal to stop this metal oxidising in the oxygen in the air. The charcoal burns in the heat and uses up the oxygen in the air immediately above the metal, keeps the metal clean. So the big lumps of stuff you'll see falling in, that's charcoal. Nigel will then skim that off into the barrow, put on some fresh charcoal, and then they're ready to come and pour the bells. Well, you rely on good solid casting, good clean metal. And we do a whole range of things to try and ensure that's what you get. We need to get the gas out of the metal, we need to stop the metal oxidising. With a basin of molten metal. Okay. So should a lump of charcoal or something swap into the top, it doesn't run into the mould. Look up for your number 2 bell. Now running in. In the vent. Steam and air coming out. All Nigel doing is skimming back from the lip of the ladle. Charcoal and any slag you can see on the top. are small bells hot, but bigger bells a bit cooler. Small bells cool more quickly because they're thinner. The bigger bells not. So in fact you're going to end up with a much better sounding ring than you otherwise would have done. Shame you've got that history.
That's right. Fortunately, one of the other bells is by the same founder. So, pleased about that.
Fortunately, the two other bells were out of sight. Apparently, Nicholson's they were underneath a tarpaulin somewhere else in the works, and we think it's taken.
Right.